Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
And I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season quarterback, but Greg, just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, shooting in there to bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Let's go now.
Dobbs headed in motion. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. The veteran Leonard Floyd there on the tackle. Third and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A throw on the move is caught.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here come the 49ers, and they are led by Brock Purdy. You know the story, taken last in the 2022 draft. The last 2 seasons, he has led the Niners deep in the playoffs, and it's his 3rd season, Greg, as the QB for San Francisco.
When we sat down with him earlier in the week, Mike, as you would imagine, he wasn't exactly thrilled when we brought up the fact that he had 4 interceptions in last week's game. You could tell it was still on the top of his mind. He was still working to put it behind him. I think my biggest takeaway was just how excited he was to get back on the field and have a fresh start. And I think we want to see him get off to a fast start here early, get some easy completions, put last week behind him. If he can move forward and he can play to the level he's capable of, I think they're going to have a lot more success here in this one today.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy in trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked me down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This one heads directly out of bounds. The market just on the other side of midfield. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
To go play action with Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On play action, Love. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
3rd and 9. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here comes Greg Joseph and the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Joseph's kick is good. And the Packers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw. Purdy. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and That was a good one there.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the gun. They'll give it to McCaffrey. And he'll lean forward, getting this to about the 35. Preston Smith there to bring him down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He'll try and get there on the ground. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Corey Ballantyne in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's Purdy. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the...
He tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Texas A&M.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. The man in motion is Watson. Off the play fake. Here's Love.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 1-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And the defense thinking they have the safety here, but the spot is just outside. Good play, but no 2 points. 3rd and long. To throw is Love. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's taken in at the 50. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And he's made a big impact in the passing game. As you look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, his name right there at the top. McCaffrey now on 1st and 10. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding offense.
That's on the 11-time Pro Bowler, Trent Williams.
Still 1st down.
Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Purdy now on 2nd down. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. It's the Packers on top. And we're back. Lambeau Field in just a moment. Third and long. Here's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. The next drive about to get started. Before it does, I want to take a look ahead at what's coming up this week. Tonight, Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Rams. Great NFC battle at SoFi. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, it's the Ravens and Chargers also at SoFi Stadium. And we'll take a peek ahead now. Thanksgiving Day triple header starts with Bears-Lions in Detroit, Giants-Cowboys in Arlington, and a good one to wrap up the holiday. Dolphins and Packers from Lambeau Field. Love to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And he will go all the way. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Packers. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry, what an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. Finding room at the 35. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. And now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Purdy works out of the pistol. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. For any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Packers offense ready to get back to work. They've got the... He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. The man in motion is Watson. He'll get this out to the left flat. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
On second down, Jacobs. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up. Here's Daniel Whelan now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Get started with 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
That's caught by McCaffrey. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, then on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a 1st down to go with it.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Preston Smith there to bring him down. Second down and 8. To throw, it's Purdy. Now he'll run. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to McCaffrey. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. He'll look underneath here for McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll stop here for a moment. We'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. Here's Purdy. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. they've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Purdy. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Just seems nowadays, Mike, there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown San Francisco. And this spectacular season continues. Now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number very few backs have reached in the history of the NFL. Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers are on the board. It's 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute road in. That's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Packers go ahead and use the as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time. And it'll be second down. To throw is Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This returnable from the 4. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Niners first down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's McCaffrey. Not much there, a yard or 2 down to the 48. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. On second down, Purdy. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. It was an excellent first half from quarterback Jordan Love. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and their running back set to go once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. He'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see them, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
They run once more with McCaffrey. And some good running there. That's a first down up to the 43.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on...
That'll be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Quay Walker. What a time for a pick six for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick six.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick six them, and you're able to extend that lead.
And now, after the pick six, out comes the offense to try to really rub this in. 2-point conversion. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Brock Purdy and the NFC champs back out to begin this next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's...
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, as we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Second and 7. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And he's into the end zone. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
On is Moody to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the 49ers have cut the deficit to 5. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
On second down, Love. That one incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Niners offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Still fighting. What a run. Shedding tacklers. Picks up 9 on the play. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Second and a yard. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down just shy of midfield, but that is enough. It's a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Back to throw. Purdy. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Short one there, caught by Kittle. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Throwing again is Purdy. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Purdy now on 2nd down. The connection made to Ayuk. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
So, not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. They'll look to run with McCaffrey. Powering forward. He's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And he finds his way into the end zone again. Good stretch, finding the goal line, the touchdown, and the 2-point conversion. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's 3rd and 7. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. On comes the Packers punting team. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. That'll be returnable from the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Niners offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. A couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Running left, it's McCaffrey. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's a slant to Ayuk.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. And that last throw not going to count for much in the grand scheme of things, but it does move him over 3,000 yards passing for the season. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
Stop cheating.
A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. And he will score again. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Love. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Packers set to kick this one away, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. On the handoff, McCaffrey. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. That is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and
here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll be stopped here, short of the first down marker. Penalty flag is out as well. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to have the 49ers, and he's going to have the Chargers.
little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
A first down throw for Purdy. And that one incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And it'll be third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Third down, Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The 49ers out to punt this one as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. To return, it's Nixon. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Green Bay first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
With the middle, one caught by Watson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Niners offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now it's McCaffrey. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Purdy. They'll look to set up the screen here.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops. And just nowhere for that back to go.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Getting the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
A run here with McCaffrey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And just a short gain there, down to the 38. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. A minute 57 to go in the game. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. The 49ers out for the punt. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. We'll see how they want to attack things here. Backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is low. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And that's going to help. He's out of bounds up near the 30-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Love. This is taken in by Dobbs. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Love to throw. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. It's a gain of 34.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
They have time to work with, but they have no timeouts. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. He'll go underneath to Jacobs. And no chance to turn and go That one good for just a couple. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
From the gun on third down, it's Love. And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
life in disguise. Cause real recognize I ain't got to compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tied up. Ties on the industry advice. I'm outside with some good